Hey guys, I'm at home today because we have no internet downtown, or at least at the office.
You get
I'm,
used
I'm
to it.
like, I'm 4 cookies in, and now I realize why I don't work at my house. It's true, it's so easy to eat. Anyway, all right, that's not what's on the front page. All right, so on the front page of the story, we do have serious news, a big breakthrough, and it's on the front page, and I'll tell you what it is first. It is a walking path that has been approved between the public parking lot, as in public, not resident parking lot, but the public lot behind Town Hall and Beach Street. And Beach Street happens to be pretty much the main thoroughfare for all the retailers. So you've got like, Gladstone, Four Beach, Mari, the Stock Exchange, Beach Street Cafe, like the, Bravo, the whole shooting match there, right?
Yeah.
So why is a walking path between the public lot and Beach Street news? I will tell you this. It has been a contentious issue. It's been, we described it as a pebble in the shoe of the town for at least 20 years.
Mm.
And what I think is remarkable about it is I got to watch it myself get solved over, and the way I like to say this, it was a common sense problem that was solved commonsensically, which almost never happens.
Mm.
So here's the deal. The town retailers, and we talked about this actually before COVID, retailers, especially in Manchester, have a real problem with parking. Parking has been a thorn in the side of this community because retailers really feel that parking spots downtown on the street parking is at a premium. I think this is common, maybe up in Rockport as well, is probably in parts of Gloucester. And they really feel that the town, when it doesn't support parking, is being hostile to its business and its future. 2 years ago, we had bump outs that were created as part of the state's grant program called Complete Streets to help walkability in towns in the state, in the Commonwealth. And they had a problem with it because they thought it took away parking. The truth is, the inconvenient truth is, it didn't really take away parking. It took away illegal parking because people were parking right up against the crosswalks when you're not supposed to. You're supposed to have a 10-foot buffer on either side. So they stuff themselves right there. And then they say, you took away my spot. And the truth is, it's very unsafe to kind of try to go on a crosswalk when you're squished in between two cars and nobody can see you. That's another thing, right? So this issue has been so far in an issue. I myself, when I was covering town meetings 16, 17 years ago for the Manchester Cricket, there was somebody, a gentleman who stood up when we were talking about this at town meeting, and he suggested that, and really angrily, a lot of animus in the voice, he said we should just take it by eminent domain. By eminent domain, which is a ridiculous suggestion considering that, oh, why don't we take by eminent domain that beautiful oceanside house, because we'd like to have some views or walking path for the public, or we need extra parking for Tux Point. Anyway, so it doesn't matter. I only bring that up because that's an extreme statement, right? And it's an extreme statement that reflects a form of frustration and for an ultimate answer, which would be take the land, take it from private people. So that just illustrates you. So here is the issue. We've always had a problem where property owners there's a patchwork in between. They've been stubborn. I think an older generation, and my husband's family is part of this actually. They were stubborn about not wanting to lose control forever for a piece of land, right? The unknown. Well, younger generation has taken over and cooler heads have prevailed and COVID has happened and retailers are in a different spot right now. And suddenly it just seemed like it was the time. And here's what happened. It's such a great story. I love this. It's the Pollyanna in me who likes this story. At the Chamber Quarterly Manchester Division meeting in December, which is a meeting that brings together public officials with businesses. It's an open meeting. You don't need to be a chamber member to go. But it's sort of a casual conversation, right? Common sense. So Eli Bowling, the chairman of the BOS, was talking about how they had actually made some progress and talked to the church, which is one of the property owners. And the church said, you can come through our land. And they just had a little bit left. And then Jim Brown, I got to give him credit for it. He heard it and he said, well, we abut the church. I think it would probably be great for our tenants to have the public coming to our thing. 3 months later, problem solved.
Huh.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
So
yeah.
this means, Erika, that one can park in the parking lot and cut through straight to Beach Street instead of having to go
If
down.
I told you how you go if you don't cut through straight, like as the crow flies or as the drone flies,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
as the drone flies, it's like 90 seconds.
Yeah.
The other way, it's a full circle. You got to all the way around and back down to Beach Street.
yeah. And I have done that, and I have thought, geez, I'm kind of tired by the time I get to Beach Street. That was a long walk. Yeah, and I've often looked like, if I just looked at that building, like I could cut through, right?
Yes.
No, I guess I better not. So,
Yeah.
so problem solved.
Problem solved. And not only that, it's really solved. Like Greg Federspiel, I talked to him afterwards to say, wait a minute, it's too good to be true. Is this like going to happen? And he said, yep, they've got grants for rapid recovery well, it's not the rapid recovery grant. It's another grant that's COVID related that will take care of this. They can do it by June, which is the shopping season. The downtown businesses, here's where they are right now. Listen, you're the business. Okay, there's restaurants. There going to be outdoor dining? Are they going to take up parking spots with Jersey barriers? We have a summer season where parking is going to become increasingly a premium as the beaches open, right? So all of these things are coming. It's happens to be happening at the right time. So the retailers are really happy. It doesn't mean there aren't other issues that need to be addressed, but this is certainly one brick in the wall, as I like to say.
That's great. So will there be signage and sort of a actual path created? Oh, great. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I'd pay good money to get reaction from the guy from that town meeting 16 years ago. So great stuff, Erika. All right, story number 2. Let's talk Tender Bar.
Oh, the Tender Bar, which is, that George Clooney movie. George Clooney directed, not starring, directed movie that's been filming all over. You see it on Facebook, and they did a lot in Beverly, a lot in downtown Beverly. And it's a memoir that came out. I bought it because the memoir is by somebody from Long Island, which is where I'm from. So I was interested in it. It's a really good book. But in any case, it was filming a week ago in Beverly Farms, and it seemed like everyone in Beverly Farms came out to see it, and they were having a good time.
Nice.
I mean, like the Beverly Farms locals, they're colorful in like a great way. Anyway, colorful. You like that word? Anyway, so
I'm sorry, go on.
No.
I was just going to say, poor Ty Sheridan, who stars in the film, but he gets, upstaged by the director.
Well, he gets upstaged by the director, and then the other co-star is Ben Affleck.
Right.
So it's even worse. It's like the double thing. Let me tell you, it was an outside filming. So they filmed at the Beverly Farms train station, and they had transformed the train station into like the holidays. So there was Christmas decorations up everywhere, and it was Westport, Connecticut. It was a stand-in for that sort of wealthy, outside of New York City train station. What a stretch, Beverly Farms. Anyway, it was Westport. So you saw all these like late 70s, early 80s cars, from waspy cars like the old Mercedes diesel, the 240 wagon, the Volvo wagon, those things. And the main character, the star, Ty Sheridan, was getting picked up. So we have a great picture of Ty Sheridan on the platform, smoking, waiting to get picked up. The Volvo wagon's pulling in, and off to the right, it took a while to figure out which one it was, but there was George Clooney on the second monitor watching the filming happening. It was kind of exciting. It's a nice sort of thing. They were really nice to everybody, which was fantastic. And I also think, by the way, that in Beverly, they were filming in a bar. So you really didn't get to see it happening. Here, it was all happening outside. It was a beautiful night, and it was really kind of fun.
Yeah.
Was it hard to get the picture? Did you have any sort of struggle with that?
No, they were pretty good about letting us take pictures. No flash, no noise. So we did it. It was really interesting to sort of see all the technical, thing. I've been on a lot of advertising agencies, like commercial shoots, but never a movie. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. I wonder if
Yeah.
Clooney hit the crow's nest while he was up in this neighborhood again.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a
Exactly.
fixture there last time around. So, all right, awesome stuff there. Erika, let's talk horticulture.
Okay, well, the North Shore Horticultural Society, which is the garden club, the oldest garden club in Manchester. It's been around since the 1700s. But Norm Weeks from the Horticultural Society wrote a really wonderful piece that surprised me. And I don't know, I'm going to say it and you tell me if you already knew this. I knew, did you know about how the clay in our area, Salem and New England and the Boston area, was particularly good for brick? For creating bricks back in the beginning of our country. That's why Boston is what it is in terms of bricks. Well, what I didn't know and what he wrote a great piece about was it also was the beginning of creating flower pots, those terracotta flower pots that are stackable and they have that band around them. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
I've got 10 in my basement. Yeah.
Invented in Salem and Boston.
That is truly gardening news. Breaking news.
That's a green thumb alert right there.
I love that stuff. And I think that's totally cool. And I love the fact that let me tell you, I would have guessed that flower pot was a relatively modern design. It is kind of almost modern because it's stackable.
Yes, right, exactly. But I would have thought they came from Italy. I thought all terracotta was an Italian word and it came from Italy.
Well, the terracotta, by the way, is my word. If you look at all the old advertising, clay, they call them clay flower pots, and they're stackable and they're incredible. They're just, it's totally cool. I love the story.
That's a great story. Really wonderful.
Yeah. Awesome stuff as always, Erika. Have a great week.
All righty. Bye, guys.
Bye.